That's right. It's time to power up. It's the October 2025 Power Platform Community Call. I am your host, David Warner, the Quizzitive, and joining me is April Dunham and Kate is here covering all of our samples and everything. I'm all over the place today. Today is October 15th. We are midway through October. Oh my goodness. We've only got a couple months left of this year, 2.5 to be exact. So lots of cool things to cover. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. We've got community resources and samples we're going to discuss today. We've got some Power Platform news and events. We got a big one coming up right around the corner that I'm sure everybody's excited about to either learn what's going to come out of that or attend it. Of course, we've got our picture time with Together mode, so get those fantastic faces ready. And then we've got 3 first-time presenters, everybody. I am so excited about this. We haven't had 3 first-time presenters in a long time. This shows the passion that the community is bringing and the willingness to come on these calls and share. So let's show them all the great, amazing community spirit and support we can, and we know we do. First is Elena. She's going to talk about pin location and Canvas apps. And then Marc Andre's here. He's going to talk about give your Copilot agent a body, face, and a voice. I'm very excited about this one because I've been dabbling in a little bit of that myself. And Darshan's going to round it out, how to show dynamic adaptive card using AI prompt in Copilot Studio. So a wide spectrum of stuff to talk about today. But first, if you're new to these calls, it's important to know there's lots of resources. These calls are not the only things that are available to make your life easier and the adoption of this technology better. We've got our Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. Now, this is a YouTube channel that's special because we have so much content to share that we're sharing multiple videos a day. And YouTube goes, hey, don't do that because you know your numbers will be better if you don't. And we say, you know what? We don't care. We've got so much content that we want to share and so much amazing contributions from the community, things like this call, the demos, other media from members of the community and Microsoft are all being shared. We want to share that content out as much as we possibly can. So be sure to get on over there, like and subscribe. Make sure that you get that subscription going so that you can be kept up to date with all the latest details of the videos that are dropping each and every single day. We've got our LinkedIn group for discussions, open source tooling. We've got a whole bunch of sample galleries that span the spectrum of all these overlapping technologies that we do use every day. The great thing is you don't have to remember every single one of these URLs. Only one or maybe 2, ak.ms/community/home and community.ms, that fancy top-level domain will take you to the same location as well. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, I could be a first-time presenter because I think I got something cool to share, but will the community really want to see it? Absolutely. Everybody wants to see what you're working on because if you're passionate about it, someone else will be too. And don't overthink it. Don't engineer it thinking that, hey, I've got to make something look like time travel is possible. The flux capacitor, Gray Scott. Nope. If it's useful to you, whether it be a demo or a technique or a feature that you found valuable, share it with the community. Doesn't have to be a full 15 minutes. It could be shorter. That's okay. We want you to get comfortable and share with the community your passion. So go fill out this form, ak.ms/community/request/demo, and we will reach out to you and we will make sure we get you scheduled. We've got a whole bunch of things already scheduled, so it may be a little bit, but please do go fill that out so we can get you on the calendar. It's important to do that as soon as possible. So please do. And if you have any questions, reach out. And if you need a buddy, we can buddy up with you as well. Okay, let's get into some Power Platform samples and badges. We got some new opportunities, and we're going to start with Kate on all the new Power Platform sample snippets and prompts goodness. Kate, tell me more.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. So quick update from the Power Platform Samples Gallery. We had some great new contributions, a fresh sample, and a few cool snippets from our amazing community. Huge thanks to our contributors, Paul, David, Steve, and Arjan. Your creativity keeps this library growing and helps others to build faster and smarter. So now we are at 71 samples, 60 snippets, and 120 prompts, and still growing. So if you've built something useful, fun, or just beautiful, please share. Your work might be exactly what someone else needs in their upcoming projects, for example. You can find all details, all required information on the link on the slide, or you can just ping me via LinkedIn, and I'll be very happy to support you and help you get started. So let's grow together, and back to you, David. Thank you.
Awesome, Kate. Kate doing a great job managing all these and helping out, so thank you. And I love how you put that, Kate, that what you created could help someone else. Sometimes we think that it's too basic. There's nothing too basic. Everybody's new to the platform at one point or another, so please share anything you got. We would love to see it. And if you're not sure how to share, well, guess what? Sharing is caring. We just had a session for Sharing is Caring on Monday, so we're getting that new session scheduled here soon. And what is Sharing is Caring if you're not sure? It is an opportunity to get hands-on guidance to contribute to the community. So for example, if you're unfamiliar with that labyrinth of GitHub, those terms like fork and blame and raw and pull request, what do all those mean? It sounds like it's some sort of battle in the kitchen. It is not. It is how you contribute, and it can be a little frustrating and confusing. But these sessions are live, they're hands-on, they're safe space. That means we do not record them, and you're free to ask any and all questions. They're interactive, they are collaborative. So please don't hesitate to join. We don't record them so that you're comfortable and confident collaborating and asking any and all questions without a fear going on record. Because I know I've been there. I'm not sure if I should ask a question because no one else is asking it. So then I second guess whether I should ask it. Is it a stupid question? There's no such thing. So we want everyone to feel comfortable and collaborate and learn together. And we had a few first-time contributors on the call on Monday. It was awesome. And guess what? Those contributions you make in this session actually count as a contribution. And you may say, well, why is he saying that? Why does that matter? Well, I'm glad you asked, because our community recognition program is here to recognize those contributions, including the Sharing is Caring session. So we've got these awesome badges that are available like Prompt Pro, Snippet Sorcerer. There's new ones like Modern Search, and we are in the middle of Hacktoberfest. So we have the Hacktoberfest badge that is available. We've still got Superhero Season, one more month, the rest of this month, and of course that Hacktoberfest badge. And you may see those Back to the Future. So since Hacktoberfest officially went throwback in 8-bit, we decided to join in, created a couple additional badges. Great Scott! Back to the community and 1.21 gigabit contributor. Those are going to be available for November and December, so you got more opportunity to earn those special badges, but the Hacktoberfest will only be available in October. So get the rest of this month, a couple more weeks, take advantage of it. You only need one contribution, so that'd be great. Go ahead and get those in and reach out if you have questions. And for those that did contribute in September, I love these two slides. They're showing who all contributed. If you're not in the recognition program, that's how we track. So please do get opted in for the recognition program. It is no cost, but that's how we track the work that everybody is doing. This is a small list of who has been in contributing. It actually is taking up 2 slides. So please take a snippet of this. You can see it in my screenshot summary if you'd like. These are amazing people. You are all amazing people, and we love to be able to recognize. I see my good friends like Daniel and April and all these other folks. 2 slides, as I mentioned, are on here, so we want everybody to get involved, and we track the pull requests and the contributions, so that's how we know that you're all doing amazing stuff. So we'd love to see this grow to even 3, and it's a great opportunity. As winter is coming and we all kind of buckle down and spend time inside, then please do contribute. Let's make it part of our activities together. All right, so we've also got some events and conferences coming up. TechCon has got a couple in the books from this year. We've got Dallas coming up right after that, and then we've got in Atlanta next March for FabCon. Of course, in just a couple of weeks, we have the Power Platform Conference coming up, so many of us will be in Vegas. I know that, so I'm excited to see any and all of you. I know April will be there, Shane will be there. We've got Ignite coming up here in November as well. That's online as well as in person. ESPC coming up the end of this year. ECS next year. Oh my goodness, so many amazing events. And that is not all. Those are some of the bigger events, but we do have a lot of these community events that so much effort is put into for everyone to be able to contribute and collaborate in locales around the world. This just is a testament to the amazing passion of our community and all the hard work that goes into that. Some of these are in person, some of them are online, some of them are hybrid. If you can support them in any shape or capacity, please do. There's a lot of effort that goes into making all these happen, so please support them in any way possible that you can. All right, let's get over to the news desk, and we're going to kick it over to April.
Yeah, thanks, David. So we got kind of a slower news month, but I think that is because Power Platform Conference is right around the corner. So I'm sure we'll have lots more news to cover next month. But a few bigger things here. First, Anthropic models are now available in Copilot Studio. So if you go to your settings in Copilot Studio in preview right now, you can switch the model that your agent uses to Claude Sonnet 4 or Claude Opus 4.1. So now we just have even more model choices to choose from there in Copilot Studio. There's a couple of new Power Pages updates as well. So one, we can seamlessly open VS Code Desktop from Power Pages VS Code for the web. So this is pretty cool. So if you use Power Pages and and you use VS Code for the web, that can help you do a lot and edit the code of your page. But oftentimes you want to switch over to Visual Studio on the desktop to be able to use things like GitHub Copilot. And it's really clunky. You have to do a lot of extra clicks. Now you can just say open in VS Code Desktop, and it switches you right over with the full context of your Power Page there open. And then finally, there's some phishing detection security. It's a new agent in Power Pages that just adds more kind of security guardrails for the websites that you're building in Power Pages there to help identify any suspicious activity. And each month we're going to provide updates on Agent Academy. So this is our free, self-paced, self-guided Copilot Studio curriculum to get you started. Right now we have our recruit path that has been out there for a couple months now that helps you get started with the basics of Copilot Studio. And we're excited to announce that today, this morning, our videos launched for that recruit path. So if you really prefer kind of video tutorials on how to get started with things, you can go into the that link there and I'll take you right to the playlist, or go to the Agent Academy curriculum, and each module will now have an embedded video in it that you can walk through as well, just to get additional learning. And Power Platform Conference is coming up, so by the end of this month we hope to launch our operative path, which will have even more advanced concepts for you to go through and new learning and training opportunities for Copilot Studio. Back to you, David.
Awesome. Thank you, April. Yeah, that phishing detection is going to be super powerful because I had just not been able to get the fish to bite lately. Oh, wait, fishing with a PH. Just kidding, everybody. Okay. Yeah, and I'm super excited for those videos. That's awesome. The operative path coming in. If you've not all checked out Agent Academy, please do. It is super cool. It is a lot of fun, and it's going to walk you through. Even if you think that you know agents, walk through it because it's going to teach you something that maybe you didn't know. And if you learn one thing, then it absolutely is worth your time. Okay, well, what time is it? Well, it is picture time. So let's get that together mode turned on. Feel free to start turning on your camera. I know that Teams can sometimes be a little bit slow in getting everything going. So we'll do, okay, let's do this one. Nice, white, clean. There we go. We'll move that into space. There we go. Move this over, give us a little more room. Okay, and I will start setting up Camtasia here. I see all those cameras getting turned on. There's Jamie. I see everybody. Daniel is here. Love it. Peter Paul, Anthony, there's April in the back row. Awesome. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, I still see there's Vesa, head of the class. Always such a astute student. Something to aspire to. Dear Vesa, you're a great student. Excellent. All right, let's see. One more second. We're doing good on time. We can give everybody just one more moment to get things going here. If you want to try to get those cameras, it's sometimes a little late, and so we will start the countdown. Let's do 3, 2, and 1, and let's wave to the community. Everybody, great to see you all again. Thank you for the amazing work that you're doing. These sessions, calls, all the samples we have, all the different initiatives are only possible because of the amazing passion that you bring into the community each and every single day. So we cannot say thank you enough. We will get this shared on the socials and share with all those that you know that would enjoy being here as well, because we always have new ones coming into the community each and every single day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, let's get our show back on the road here, and we're going to kick it into our presenters. Elena is here. She's going to start off with pen location and Canvas apps. And like I mentioned, everybody, first-time presenters all across the board today, so let's show them that amazing community support we all love to show. Elena, feel free to take on over the screen.
All right, now it should work. Hello, everyone.
Yep. See teams.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm getting there. So here's the presentation mode. Voila. So I'm happy to present to you this solution that I came up with to pin a location in Canvas app. But first, let me introduce myself shortly. My name is Elena Tekin, and I'm in my career switch from being a teacher to software developer. And I work in a small company called Duchêne Industries, and it's pronounced like this because we're in France. So if you wanted to pin us on a map, see what I did there? You can imagine us being very close to, oh my God, very close to the Alps, the French Alps, and it's really beautiful here. So I hope everyone once in their life really see it with their own eyes. So to give you a little context on why we came up with this solution, we are about 45 employees working, half of us work in the production and half of us work in the offices. For this amount of employees, we have a service department, but it is an only one-person department at the moment. So he's our superhero. And as you can imagine, when you want to report a broken handle of the door handle, or maybe like the light bulb went off, or a machine needed attention, it is really hard to find him at his desk because he could be literally anywhere. He's almost uncatchable. So we thought that we would need a solution to report any kind of problem that needs fixing. And for this, we also decided that we wanted to pin the location of the problem on the plan of our location of our office or production, right? So in our use case, it is a solution of two applications. One of them is the application for the employees to report the problem, where they can pin the problem on the map. And the other application, which is a desktop application for a superhero to access all the submitted tickets. So if you wanted to implement a solution like this, here's the starter kit for the solution. You will need to prepare the plans of your location, of the offices, production, or wherever you have. And you will need to think of some database which would contain the columns for X and Y for the coordinates of the problem. In my case, this is a SharePoint list. And that is basically it. So you can see that it's really easy to set up. And let's switch to demo. Here we are in this application. Obviously, I couldn't use the actual plans of our buildings and floors for this. So I decided to use this beautiful map of Middle Earth, saying hello to all the Tolkien fans out there. So what we have here, we have this image of the map as a background. And over it, we overlay the galleries, the nested gallery. You can see that I have a set of two galleries here. And the first one we create with a simple sequence function. I use the image, the map image's height, and I divide by 20 because we decided that a precision of 20 by 20 pixels on the map will be enough for our use case. But what I recommend is, if you want to implement this solution, to test a lot before you push it in prod, because the precision might change. And if you change the precision later, after you push it to production, it will really cause problems with all the coordinates that you saved before you changed you adjusted this precision. Okay, so for us, 20 per 20 pixels was enough. And you will see that in the second gallery, which is nested in the first one, we have the same sequence function, but this time we assign to every square, every square in this grid, we assign the value for column and row, which is our X and Y values. Once the user clicks on the map, I will just do it. And you see that, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a small icon, a red cross appearing. So what we do with it, we assign its X and Y values according to the variables that we set when we click on the square in the gallery. So once the user is happy with the location that they've picked, for example, here we're fine with it, they can say they can press the save button, and this save button, it does the simple thing, it just patches the list with a default, with a new line where we save the X and Y for the location. So let's do it now, and we will get notified. Voilà. Should have worked. I'll try another location in case it didn't work. Okay, yeah, so we get the notification that the location is saved. We can go check it on the list if the location was really saved. And voilà, yeah, I have both locations saved. So after that, we will switch to the other screen, which is the screen that the service department has in their application. And you will see that on this map, we have the two triangles which show where the problem is. So if we look at this screen, you will see that it's basically the same thing. It's again the the map as a background image and the two galleries that are nested one in another, and they are created exactly the same way with the same precision of the squares. So when we have the visible of the screen on visible here, what we do is we collect all the submitted tickets coordinates. At the moment, I don't filter it just for the simplicity of the demo, but you can also filter it depending on the location, on the zone, on the status of the ticket, if it's open or not, if it's advanced. And I actually use this collection as an array. That is why it is saved in this weird kind of way as a string. And you will see why I save it like this, because it's easier later to search it in an array. So once we get here, we have the array of all the submitted tickets. We go to the nested gallery, and you will see that what changes here is that we have this edit triangle icon to show that there is a problem in that area. And what I do is I update the tooltip's value of this icon to match the string of the X and Y values connected, you see concatenated in here. And I also adjust the visibility of this icon to the condition of the tooltip value being in the array, which we collected before. So at the moment, we have two values here. And as you can see, there are two icons presented on the map. So this is basically it. It is a very simple yet elegant, I think, a solution which you can implement if you need to pin a location on the map. So if, let's say, we had a problem in Mordor, we can report it. And then let's hope that our superhero service department guy can go and fix it. That is it for my demo, and I will give the word to David, I guess. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, Elena. This is really, really cool. I love the use of galleries, by the way. You see me do a lot of videos on these, and I just think they're so creative. You've got a lot of 3D space there that you can do stuff with. Super, super cool. Excellent job. Thank you so, so much. Marc André, feel free to take on over the screen share as I get you introduced. Marc André is here. He is going to be talking about give your Copilot agent a body, face, and a voice. So we're going to see Copilot Agent plus Avatar. Take it away, my friend. Oh, I think it stopped sharing.
Now you should hear me.
Yes, yep, can hear you,
Yeah.
and I see the screen again. Take it away.
Yeah, wonderful. So hello, everyone. I'm a first-time presenter, and I'm happy to be here on the call today and to have the opportunity to show you my agent avatar sample. But before I start in the sample, I want to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Marc André Schröder-Zhou, and I live in Germany. On the slide, you can see some basic facts about my work experience. I've been working as freelancer since 2011, and I do IT consulting in different fields. My passion is still developing application as full stack developer, mainly with ASP.NET Core, Node.js, React, Azure. And another passion of mine is to introduce SharePoint in companies since 2001. Yeah, really, it's 2001. And to help companies to get the full advantage of this wonderful and flexible product, especially in these days with SharePoint Online and Office 365. Besides this, I'm working as a lecturer for the university here in Frankfurt, and I'm teaching computer science. So, but that's all about me. Now let's start with the presentation topic for today. I had the idea for this demonstration because a customer asked me if it is possible to have an agent with more human characteristics and not only a simple chat window experience. Oh no, no Clippy. The customer wants a realistic person, not only a Clippy. I'm very sorry. Okay, anyway. I thought this was a very good question and I did some research about it, how this is possible. At first, I found the Azure Speech SDK and played with some samples that I discovered in the public GitHub repository. And at the same time, I wrote an article for a German IT magazine about Copilot and Microsoft Agent SDK. With the Microsoft Agent SDK, it is possible to embed the Copilot agent in different applications or on a website. I noticed that fits all good together because I need to embed the Copilot agent on a web page to access some events from the agent programmatically. For example, I need to know when the agent responds to a question. I'm going to show more details about this in the demo soon. Before I dive into the live example, I will give you an overview about the different pieces of the solution and how they work together, and a short explanation about what needs to be set up. So, of course, you need a Copilot agent. Unfortunately, my agent is grounded to my SharePoint Server 2010 book, and this is written in German. I'm going to translate the response and questions during the demo later. So don't worry, you will understand everything. Then we need a special permission in order to embed the Copilot agent onto a page later. In this case, we need to extend the Enter application registration for the Copilot agent and add the Power Platform API permission. And of course, we need to set up a platform redirect for the login. As soon as the Copilot agent is prepared, we can use the Microsoft 365 Agent SDK to embed the agent to the page or on an application. As soon as the Copilot agent is prepared, and then after that, we can set up the cognitive services in the Azure AI Foundry. With the help of the Speech Service SDK, we can integrate the avatar into an application or on a web page. As soon as everything is implemented, it is possible to combine both the agent and the avatar SDK together. As you can see here on the slide now, the solution routes the answers and questions from the agent to the avatar. I showed it here in the picture. Then I use some events to detect when a question is sent to the Copilot agent and when an answer comes back from the agent. This sounds easy, of course, but to find the events was a challenge, and I solved it with a custom store, as you will see later. So that is a complete picture about all the SDKs that I use. And for the web chat component, you will see for the rendering the Copilot, I use the web chat component, but I will show it later in the code. As I mentioned on the previous slide, you need to configure the authentication for the Copilot agent. The good thing is that every Copilot agent has normally an Enter application registration assigned. Here on the screenshot, you can see the relation between the agent and the Enter application registration, just as the permission to the existing registration. So it's not necessary to manually create an Enter application registration. Another important aspect is the authentication setting for the agent. The settings controls the available channels for an agent. You can find all the details about the dependency in the documentation. I just want to mention it here. It's also very important that you check which authentication mode you need, and then you can check which channels do you have for your agent. So now let me show you the demo in action. I will open it and we will cross the fingers that everything works. I will refresh the page here, and hopefully you will hear my sound, or you can hear my sound also. This is a demo web page, and the connection with the Copilot agent has been established already because I logged in already to this page here. When I click to open the accordion, the magic starts. At this time, the connection to the Azure Cognitive Services will be built. So show, you see the Copilot is loading. I have some debug message here at the end.
Hallo, ich bin ein Experte für SharePoint Server 2010 aus Entwicklersicht. Ich freue mich auf deine Fragen.
So, as you have noticed, I hope the agent sends a welcome message and the avatar read it for us. Hopefully you heard it. Maybe you have some reaction. Is it?
We did, yeah, we got it. Yep, we heard it. Yep.
Wonderful. It's in German, I'm sorry, but I can, I think you can understand it. So now I can enter my question in the chat window and send it to the agent. Please notice that the avatar also repeats my question. So I will just put a small message here in German, was will translate it. But I think maybe everyone can understand it. So, what is an Event Receiver in SharePoint?
Vielen Dank für die Anfrage. Was ist ein Ereignisempfänger in SharePoint? Ich werde mich darum kümmern.
So she told, thank you for your request, for your inquiry. Then she repeat my question, and then she said she will help us. She will find for some information about this topic. So now we have a little bit to wait. I hope not so long. Now
Ein
we have the result.
Ereignisempfänger, Event Receiver, in SharePoint ist eine Komponente, die auf bestimmte Ereignisse innerhalb der SharePoint-Umgebung reagiert. Diese Ereignisse können beispielsweise...
So I will stop it here. I think you have already an understanding how it works. But one important point to consider is the integration of the video streaming for the avatar. Because
Hallo, ich bin ein Experte für SharePoint Server
Yes,
2010
of
aus
course.
Entwicklersicht. Ich freue mich auf deine Fragen.
Starting again. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I will restart here. One important point to consider is the integration of the video here in the site, because of the fact that the most browsers, I think all, don't allow you to start a video automatically before user interactions happens on a page. I needed to find a workaround. That's why I use the accordion open trigger event here. That's when I open the accordion to start the streaming. But after all, it makes sense not to start the avatar directly. A lazy loading is preferable in order to save cost, bandwidth, and that's why I would advise you to load the avatar only after a user request. Makes already sense. So this was the live demo for the solution. Let's dig into the code a little bit. I'm not showing all of the details, only the main interesting points. You can find the complete solution in my public GitHub repository, and then you can start to play with it. So I wanted to start with the explanation how the embedding of the Copilot agent with the Microsoft Agent SDK works. So I switch to Visual Studio. I have a zoom in here, so you can see everything. This is the HTML from the demo page as I showed you before, and the container for the agent is this web chat, the state with the ID web chat. The integration happens in the JavaScript file Copilot Agent. I go to the Copilot Agent. So that is as for the first part to embed the Copilot Agent, just the agent to the page. At first, I need to fetch an authentication token as usual. That happens here. I did this with the common implementation and use the Microsoft Authentication Library. This is this acquired token here. It's nothing special. An instance of the public client application is created. Go here, create here. And in case there's no token available, a null token will be requested via the login pop-up. In my case, I was already signed in on the page, so we have no login prompt. Just notice the request for the special permission here. I need a special scope here, special permission, this api.powerplatform.com/.default. Then we go back to the Copilot agent. With the token, a new Copilot Student client instance is created. It's here, this part here. I use here the web chat component to add the Copilot onto the page. This is the easiest way to embed the Copilot on the page with the render web chat method here. The web chat component is part of the bot framework and is highly customizable. For the communication, a direct line connection is established. This is this line here. During the initialization, then we have the connection. And as I have explained in the slide already, I need to find an event to combine the Copilot agent with Avatar, because now we have the Copilot on the page, but we need to communicate also with Avatar. This relation is done with a custom store. Within the store, it is possible to modify store action. In my case, I use my own store to hook into the events from the agent. And my store implementation is this one here. You see, I create here a new store with create store from the web chat. And then I save my new store in the variable named store. This makes sense. And then I pass this variable here inside the method called render web chat. So I check for the action type, and this is the important thing. I check here the action type. In case the action type is direct line incoming activity, this is the first condition here, and the message type is message, and it comes from a bot, then I know that the response has been received. In case I send the response text to the avatar, this is when I send the text. In case the type is web chat /send message, it's the other condition here. I know that a new request question is sent to the agent, and I can repeat the question. Here I add the text, many thanks for your question. The question will repeat it. You see here I will put the original question inside the string. And then I add the text. I will try to find an answer. So then the user knows, okay, the agent is working. He is doing something for me. The concrete text is sent to the avatar with the method Windows speak. This is this call here in both if clauses. So let's go to the avatar implementation. The avatar implementation starts, or the initialization starts with the start session. And I have this here in the avatar speech. And one note for demo purpose, I have my keys here. In production, you should not embed the keys directly in the page, of course. Pull the keys from a backend when the user is authenticated, for example. Now, this is only for demo here, of course. So then at first I get my speech configuration with the method from subscription. This is this line here. Then I define the settings for the avatar within the new avatar configuration. This is this line here. I create a new configuration. And here it is possible to set the appearance of your desired avatar, for example, the avatar style and some characteristics. I will show the possible other settings later in the Azure ID Foundry playground. So I have to check the time. So my timer, okay. Then, as soon all settings are prepared, I fetch the necessary keys via the get call here to this endpoint, region.ttts.speech.microsoft.com, and the other rest I will not read everything. The endpoint is provided by the speech service. Via the endpoint, I get all information for the necessary ICE server. After the data arrived, I can set the remote ICE server. Because a real-time avatar uses the WebRTC protocol to stream a video, and this relies on the ICE server network relay. This is done here, this part. After that, we have a reliable peer-to-peer connection established. Then in line 161, a new instance of the avatar synthesizer is created from the speech SDK. I also attached here an event receiver, but only to log the messages that come back when he started to communicate. So then inside the web setup WebRTC, I go to the WebRTC on top. This is this one, the WebRTC method. Inside the WebRTC, the streaming are connected with a medium and audio player on the page. For the streaming, a new video and audio tag is here created dynamically. I did not change the method here and keep the most from the original sample, but I found for this avatar. Just to note, the property event.track.kind contained either the literal string video or audio. This is this line here. And in event track kind, we have either audio or video. And regarding the content, each HTML event is created and added to the HTML page via an append method. That's classic HTML JavaScript here. So I have also added a link to the Microsoft documentation where you can find a more detailed explanation about the WebRTC protocols to stream videos. So that's all from the code perspective. As I said, you find the solution in my public GitHub. In case you just want to check out some settings and possibilities for the avatar, you can do it with the Azure Foundry Playground. I will go to the playground for a shot, and you see this, you know this person because this is a Lisa, this is standard avatar, and you have also here other avatars that you can test. You can switch here to other avatars, and then you can here put some text, and when you go to play the sound,
hello, I am an avatar. How do you do today?
And then you can test everything, and so you can also change the language. It's interesting. You can play a long time with it when you like. Maybe when you have here another country language with an accent, for example, India, then sounds a little bit different.
Hello, I am an avatar. How do you do today?
So you can play with a lot of settings here. So I think that's everything for me. That's all for me. I go back to my slides to have a short recap. First, consider the authentication setting and needs for your agent when you start to embed your agent on the page or in an application. Then check the available agent channels. That is also important because the available channels depends on the authentication settings. Then each Copilot agent has its own entry app registration already in place. you can just use this and add your permission to the existing one. Keep in mind, video producing for the avatar is not for free. Of course, it costs computer power to generate the videos. Also consider the region. Not all services everywhere available. So you have to check is the service available that I need in Azure Foundry. Test the settings in the Azure Foundry playground. There are a lot of settings available. And possible scenarios here, for example, in HR portal in SharePoint, in customer self-service portal, in Product Helper, or an online consulting service. So that's all from my side today. Hopefully it was helpful to someone. Thank you und auf Wiedersehen.
Awesome stuff, Marc André. Very, very cool. Got all those links shared, everybody in the chat. And for those watching on the video, you can find them in the YouTube description. So go check them out. Really great job. Very cool. There's so much cool stuff you can do now with avatars and audio within Microsoft and within other areas. I know 11 Labs has some cool stuff. So definitely all these things can somehow work together as well. Be an equal opportunist for the technology and find how to make it work for you the best. So great job, Marc André. Again, another first timer today. Awesome stuff. Really loving it. Okay, Darshan, feel free to take on over the screen share as I get you introduced, my friend. Darshan's here. He's going to talk about how to show dynamic adaptive cards using AI prompt in Copilot Studio. So the AI goodness continues. Okay, there we go. Cool. Yep, looking great. And looks good. If you could just hit that little hide button on the bottom there, Darshan, just because it'll make the video look better for you, where it says perfect. Yep, awesome. Take it away, my friend.
Yes. So hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the entire team of this community for giving me this opportunity, especially David. From the first day, he is sending me the important tips and tricks to how to present this in the community, as this is my first time, demonstration in this call. So by that said, my name is Darshan Magdum. I am a senior software engineer at Nihilent in India. I work as a Copilot Studio developer, and I worked on the Power Platform tools. Also, apart from this, I'm familiar with the web technologies, some part of the front ends, back end. Okay. So my passion is also and more interest in the delivering the technical training. So I trained more than 1,000+ students on the GenAI side and even on the web applications. So beyond that, today I'll be demonstrating on how we can, generate the adaptive card using an AI feature of a Copilot Studio. So, we come in a day-to-day situation where, adaptive cards are being used to take the inputs from the users. Especially if you see the problem statement that lies here, that is, in adaptive card, you can collect all the inputs in one go. But what if the questions which are going to show in the adaptive card are dynamic in nature? Say, for example, if you're building an agent for the ITSM platform, if you're building an agent for the QA based, if you're collecting the feedback from the users, and you don't know what questions to be displayed in the adaptive card, and even if you don't know the options for the questions, if you don't know whether that question is a multi-choice, a date picker, a single line of input, that comes a challenge and a question in the mind to handle such situation. So seeing that a problem, I noticed one thing, that is, adaptive cards, if you see the traditional behavior of the adaptive cards, it's a static in a behavior. So handling such a dynamic questions is always been a challenging. So seeing such a challenge, I decided to build a solution on this, and I'll be liking to demonstrate the same in this community call. So the solution, what lies behind the scene, is like I used an AI feature of the Copilot Studio, where the questions which are coming from the API, the questions might come from the Dataverse connector, or the questions might come in one of the form of a JSON object. So what I did, I simply passed all those questions, the type of the questions and the options for the multiple choice questions to the AI prompt, and I told AI to generate an adaptive card that is suitable for the Copilot Studio. So the response which I collect from the AI instructions, I simply show to the to the adaptive card by passing to the PowerFX formula. And once we pass it to the PowerFX formula, the main challenge what I was seeing here, that was about we cannot build the schema or the output variables for the adaptive card. That is because it doesn't have the static questions, it has a dynamic questions, and the Copilot itself doesn't handle those dynamic questions, which is, you can tell, as a short or small drawback of these adaptive cards. So once we pass those questions to the AI instruction and back to the adaptive card, we can capture all those answers from those questions using a variable that is a system.activity.value. So it helps the end users to capture all the questions answer in a form of a JSON. By seeing that, I would like to demonstrate on these. So I created one topic called as a feedback, and I wanted to build a feedback form for the user. So for now, just for the testing purpose, I had added, I want to give a feedback as an input phrase. So what we did, once we trigger this topic, suppose if I said initially, if the questions are dynamic in nature and it's coming from the from the APIs. So for now, consider these are the questions from the APIs that has the few questions. For all those questions, we have the different type, that is a single type or dead picker. And if the question are the multiple choice, we also have the set of the options. So such type of behavior, I wanted to pass it to an adaptive card. So what I did, I converted this table, which is an array, to the text JSON, and I passed to the AI prompt feature of the Copilot Studio. So inside this, I had a set, and I given a set of the instructions, basically to understand the all those questions, their types, and the options whichever are available. So in this, what I did, I passed the user's question to this text variable, and I given the set of the instruction to generate a dynamic adaptive card, which is suitable for the Copilot Studio. So once I get the response from this AI prompt, I simply pass it to an ask an adaptive card feature of a Copilot, and inside that we have two options. One is passing the output of the AI to the JSON, that is adaptive card JSON, and the second is nothing but the PowerFX formula. So the response which I come in from the AI, I simply pass it in a formula to the adaptive card. And as I told initially, the challenge what I was seeing, that is about the schemas. So you can see there is no runtime schema being modified or added in this body. And that's why we are not able to capture the user's answer to all those questions. So the first challenge what I was seeing, that was generating the dynamic adaptive card. And the second challenge, seeing the first challenge, that was finding or getting the answers to all those questions. So for that, we have one system variable, that is a system.activity.value, in which we can capture the user's answers. So let me show you a small piece of activity. So when I say an input, I want to give a feedback, this topic will get heated, and based on that, the topic initialization is being started. And in that you can see, based on my phrases, I think so it's network issue. Yes. So you can see this question list I passed to an AI feature, and the adaptive card is generated dynamically. So for the questions which we have single line of input, has given me a plain input text. For the questions which we have a dead picker, we have a dead picker. And for the multiple choice question, we have with an options. So that's the dynamic way of building the adaptive card. And as I told, once we submit those cards, we can get all the questions one by one. Say, for example, for the question that is additional comments, we have the answer. Same applies for all those questions. So that's it. So seeing such challenges, I created and I decided to build this solution inside the Copilot Studio. That's bring us to the end of this demo. I hope you guys have got an idea about how we can build the adaptive cards dynamically and interactively. This helps to enhance the feature of Copilot Studio using an AI prompt feature of the inbuilt feature of the Copilot. So thank you for your time.
Darshan, very, very cool. Thank you, my friend, for sharing that with the community. Really appreciate you bringing it. Many times right now, Copilot is oftentimes just thought of as this interactive bot experience, asking questions, going back and forth. But really, with adaptive cards, and who knows in the future what else will be able to interact with the bot in a more graphical user interface or UX, UI kind of way. So really cool. Thank you for bringing that to the community, kind of show off how it can be more than just text going back and forth in a conversation, but really how we could add additional layers of user experience and user interface to it. So great job. Again, thank you so much to all three of our first-time presenters. I love it when we have this happen. Elena, Marc, and Darshan, excellent job. Really appreciate all three of you willing to come on for the very first time and share your passion with the community. So if you're out there thinking, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, you're right. So get that form filled out. Please do come and join and share with the community. It's an awesome experience, and we'll make sure you're prepared the whole way. No problem. We're here to support one another. Okay, so what's some resources that are available? Well, if you liked this call, then we got more, right? So we've got our weekly Microsoft product updates with Microsoft speakers call. This is on Tuesdays. It is weekly. It is available to everyone in the community. These are all free. That is the product managers and program managers that are creating all the cool initiatives within Microsoft coming onto the call to share with you the latest and greatest. Sometimes you get a little bit of a sneak preview, so you definitely want to join in on those calls. We also have our weekly Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community. Now you may go, hey, wait a second, weren't those bi-weekly? Didn't they used to be 2 different topics on each every other Thursday? Yes, but we simplified it because really there's so much goodness overlapping in our technologies and the products that we wanted to simplify it. We've got our weekly Microsoft speakers call on Tuesday, and now we've got our weekly Thursday call on Thursday. And that is still community driven. It is still spanning the topics of Copilot, SharePoint, Power Apps, and more. We're just simplifying it so that way you don't have to try to say, well, you know, on this Thursday, it's this topic, and on that Thursday, it's this topic, and it's every other Thursday. And by the end of it, everyone's like, I don't know what's going on. So now all you got to know is Tuesday call, Thursday call. Every week, we're here for you. Of course, there are those times in the month when we have the Power Platform. That is the 3rd Wednesday of every month. You are here now, right? That little pinpoint. And then we've got our Office add-ins. You can get access to all these calls at ak.ms/community/calls. So please do go get those invites. They've all been updated, so please do take advantage of them. They're super, super valuable to help keep you up to date. And looking ahead to next week, that weekly Microsoft speakers call, Paolo Pialorsi, the one and only, is going to be consuming an MCP server in Copilot Studio. So that's a great way, if you're not familiar with MCP service, to learn a little bit more about it. And our lovely one and only Vesa Juvonen will be getting started with SharePoint Agents again, talking about how you can take advantage of that agentic experience. That is on Tuesday, the 21st of October at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We also have our Discord server, so we've got over 2,900 members in there. You could help push us to 3,000. That would be awesome. And what will you get? You will get our thanks, and I'll give you a hug. So we would love to see us go above 3,000 on that Discord server. You can get access to that at ak.ms/community/discord. And we'd love to hear what you think of these calls, so please provide feedback. Even if it's just, hey, guys, we love you. We love to see that too, because it helps us know that we're delivering something that is of value to you. But we do want to know if there's other areas that we can make improvements. So please do provide that feedback. Just do keep it positive, though, please, because we want to make sure that everybody is supported in a way that can ensure progress. Well, the recording will be available in 24 hours or less on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. You get access to that today by going to ak.ms/community/YouTube. And click like and subscribe on all the cool stuffs. You will be the first to know as soon as we click that little publish and button, go live to the public. You can be let know. We've got our LinkedIn groups, Blue Sky and Twitter/X, so please do follow us there. The next call will be next month, November 19th, a little later in the month because the way the month falls. So November 19th at 8 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you there. You can get access to aka.ms/Power Platform call and see all the other calls at our aka.ms/Power Platform/community calls. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today and supporting our presenters. Thank you to our presenters, and thank you for all you do across the community each and every day to support everyone in this community. We are a global and inclusive community, so thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We've got a call tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see you there, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.